Good day, awesome YouTubers. It is Lollyman16 here for another Dragon Ball Super review, and this one is episode 53, which in the Japanese is entitled Burak no Shoutai o Abake Iza Dai Ju Uchu no Kaioshin Kai, which in English is Reveal Black's true identity off to the Kaioshin realm of Universe 10. This episode was kind of mixed with me. It had kind of a pretty slow action, I should say this episode was fairly slow, but there were some interesting parts midway and through the end of it. So we start off with Goku, Lord Beerus, and Whis, of course, traveling to Universe 10 to meet this, apparently this Kaioshin, which is in the introductioning opening sequence, the intro of the series. His name is Zamasu, and he is currently trained under Gowasu. He's basically his pupil, and in the beginning, Zamasu asked him, of course all these translations come from Herms, once again, show him lots of support, guys. Anyway, Zamasu asked him basically if it's worth to try and protect Ningen, or humans, and that, because they just cause wars, just nothing but war and destruction, and they're kind of discussing it. And Gowasu pretty much says that, well, you're not supposed to interfere because you're only a Kai, and what you're supposed to do is create, things, planets, space, etc., etc. You're Kaioshin. That's what you're supposed to do, and not to interfere. So they arrive. Beerus, Goku, and Whis arrive, and pretty much they have some discussion here. It's funny, throughout this whole sequence, Zamasu refers to Goku as like a Ningen, even though they say in the episode proper that he is a Saiyan, but he still refers to him as a Ningen, or a human. But really, in this case, it's just like he's pretty much referring to him as a mortal, or a Earthling, even though it's said as a Saiyan. See, I don't know if Zamasu knows that Goku has Super Saiyan Blue, his God form. I don't think he knows that yet. But anyway, so he's kind of angry that Goku is touching him, and he's kind of also angry, kind of confused that, why is a guy like Son Goku hanging around the gods of destruction, Beerus, and his attendant Whis. So anyway, he has the kind of inferiority complex. I think that's what it's called, wherein basically he's supposed to be higher, and guys like Goku, like mortals, are not supposed to be doing all this kinds of stuff with higher deities like Beerus and Whis and stuff. Although he doesn't really know that Goku has a god form. He's pretty much a deity himself. So, but anyway, besides that point, Beerus and Whis explain to Gowasu and Zamasu about Goku Black. They explain to him what happened, that he has a time ring. I forgot what the Japanese name of the time ring is, but anyway, so they asked them if they know anything about it, and Beerus wants to see the time rings that Gowasu and Zamasu have, and so Gowasu shows Beerus and Whis his time rings, the ones that he has. And a funny thing here is, apparently Herms in his translation say that the kanji of the time ring is actually shaped like to be a world. So it's really weird, because people thought that the symbol on the time ring is very close to the Time Breakers' symbol from the video games, Dragon Ball Heroes and the Xenoverse and stuff, but I guess it's not. It's not confirmed yet or anything. I don't really know. But that's kind of an interesting correlation we saw there. So anyway, after this, Gowasu pretty much tells him to fight Goku, and it's good for him to do this so that he can get to know how humans, it's not really humans, basically get to know the Earthlings pretty much, because obviously Goku's not a human, he's a Saiyan, so Beerus warns him that he shouldn't hold back, he should fight at his full potential, because Goku's really strong, and Zamasu may get really hurt if he doesn't do this. After this, they fight, they're kind of fighting, and Goku he feels his ki, and it's similar to Black. So anyway, after this sequence, we cut to a scene of Trunks and Krillin talking, and Trunks is like, wait a minute, you're married now? You have a child? Who's that? And he's like, well, I can't really explain because we all know it's Ju Hachijugo. Did I say that right? Ju Hachijugo. Pretty much the Android 18, and so he doesn't want to reveal him yet. But 18 comes out of the door and sees Trunks there, and she's like, it's kind of a ironic sequence. 18's like, it's been a long time, Trunks, long time no see. I kind of heard that you actually killed me, and it's like, Trunks goes to grab his sword to engage in battle, but Krillin stops him and says, "This is my wife" and stuff. 18 doesn't hold any grudges, so that's good. Funny, a little comedic scene after this. We get Mai, Pilaf, and Chu, their basic antics as always. Bulma is still working on the time machine, and so it's kind of there's a small sequence here, like Mai goes to try and see Trunks. He's blushing on all that stuff, but that's not really important, really, to the main plot. So after this, we cut back to Goku versus Omatsu. Goku's fighting Omatsu. He powers up to Super Saiyan. Well, it looks like he's powering up to Super Saiyan 2, but Beerus and Whis refer to him as just a Super Saiyan. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, they're all impressed to hear that Goku fought Beerus as a Super Saiyan, but obviously he fought him as a different form, and they're kind of questioning this, like, well, how is he still alive if he's that weak compared to Lord Beerus? But of course they don't know that, they don't really know that Goku has a God form, so that makes a whole lot of sense. Anyway, Goku, he senses Black's ki, and he remembers Black's ki, and it feels similar to that of Zamasu. So anyway, now Zamasu can't really tell if what he really is, because obviously he's so powerful that he has to be like a deity, but of course he doesn't know that he has a God form. Anyway, Goku is also impressed that I kind of found this interesting too. Goku pretty much says that Zamasu is stronger than the East Kai, the Supreme Kai of Universe 7. I find this interesting because in the Cell games, in the Buu saga, it almost seemed like that, based off of how Piccolo was impressed by the Supreme Kai of Universe 7, how he's basically like, well, this guy must be at least stronger than Super Perfect Cell. Whether here Goku is fighting it in a Super Saiyan 2 form, and he's parrying the blocks pretty well. So again, interesting power scaling here. I don't really know how strong Zamasu is yet. I'll have to do some more power reading and trying to figure out what his power is. Anyway, I'll give you another video on that later on. So after they fight, Goku's punching him, but Zamasu parries his blows pretty well. Zamasu also powers up. He uses his ki as well. They're sparring a little bit. He goes for like a neck chop, but Goku blocks it with a ki blast, and that's pretty much where we end it. Goku gets a solid hit in. Zamasu falls to the ground. Goku is going for a punch, but then he stops it. That's pretty much where it ends, and so Goku, Beerus, and Whis can't really get a full reading on him, so they decide to go back to Universe 7, and here's another interesting thing before I get done with this review here. Zamasu, a final quote here from Zamasu is like, I thought he thinks that humans, the Ningen, are very dangerous, and he's like, so, he's kind of angry at Goku, like, you're going to pay for this, Goku. And he understands the Ningen, the humans, the mortals, whatever, better now. So that was it of episode 53. I thought it was a fairly slow-paced episode, like episode 52, but it had some cool action sequences, whereas last episode, I don't think we got any, just the flashback. So it was a great thing to see the action sequences again. Short-lived, but cool nonetheless. And yeah, it's pretty nice to see another action sequence after not seeing some fight scenes for a couple episodes. But we still don't know who Black really is, even though the title kind of says he what he is. Actually, I don't think I. No, did I? Yeah, I think I did reveal this week's episode preview. So next week we're going to have inheritor, of Saiyan blood, Trunks' resolve. A very interesting one in the preview. Spoilers here. We get Vegeta going his full power Super Saiyan God SS, or the Super Saiyan Blue. His full power. It almost looks like Trunks is buffing up. It's almost like he's using his grade 4, his Ultra Super Saiyan, Ultra Super Saiyan, whatever you want to call it, form. It's almost like that, but I can't really tell unless he's just bulking up and powering up. I don't really know, but it's going to be interesting because we see Vegeta in his ultimate form, or his God form, and he's beating Trunks pretty badly. So they're going to have some training sequences. It's going to be great. And I can't wait, guys. So that's been my review of episode 53. I thought it was a cool action sequency part in the beginning. I thought it was kind of slow paced, but it did reveal some interesting things. So that's where I'm going to leave it off, guys, for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. And one more last thing. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, because I will be doing every Dragon Ball Super review every week. I post music videos if you guys like those, and I also post theories and discussions. And I'm going to do a versus battle series where I pick 2 anime characters that I know very well against each other who haven't gone up before really, and I'm going to analyze them and try to make those videos out for you guys. So hope you guys enjoyed. Stay awesome, everybody, and have a good one.